Hello, my darling friend. On today's class, we are going to start the Unit 3. And as usual, this is going to be divided into 2 videos. So today we're going to see the vocabulary, and we're going to have some activities of listening, reading, and fill the blank spaces. And next class, we are going to talk about the grammar aspects and move on. So the initial question here is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You can think about it a little. For example, I don't know where I see myself. Maybe living by the beach. I love this idea. Where would you like to be living in 10 years from now? And based on this question, what do you think is the tense that we're going to be studying? Baseado nessa pergunta, qual tu acha que vai ser o tempo verbal que nós vamos estar estudando? Well, if we are talking about 10 years from now, I would say the future, right? Do you agree with me? Concorda comigo? Vamos estar falando sobre o futuro. And what are the ideas that come to your mind when we talk about the future? Setting goals, having ideas for future plans, né? Ter objetivos, planos para o futuro. So that's what we are going to be talking about today. And we're going to start with some initial questions. And before we start, I would really like you to like this video and subscribe on the channel, because that helps me a lot by producing my content for free for you, like this free course of Intermediate English. So the initial questions are, what do you do? This question is more general. For example, do you study? Do you work? What do you do for a living? O que que faz para tua vida? Se tu estuda, trabalha, tem um emprego. The second question, what are your plans for the next 5 years? Do you have plans? Like, do you take notes? Do you create a list of the things you want to be, you want to achieve, you want to be doing on the next 5 years? For example, next 5 years, I would really like to continue producing the content for YouTube. I would like to release some paid courses too, continue giving English classes, because that's my passion for my life. And what about you? What would you be like to be doing in 5 years? And where do you see yourself in 10 years? The initial question. Do you have anything in mind to answer me? Now, let's start talking about the vocabulary. When we have the word goal in the meaning of objetivo, enfim, alguma coisa relacionada ao futuro, we are going to use this word with set. So you can set a goal, you can reach a goal, and you can achieve a goal. Então, o set seria do tipo planejar o objetivo, estabelecer um objetivo. E o reach ou achieve seria alcançar, conseguir conquistar aquele objetivo. So now we are going to see here some vocabulary for talking about our goals. We are going to first read here the words, and then we are going to match them with the pictures. Okay, so we have the number 1, easy, achievable, ambitious, unrealistic, challenging, and realistic. Okay, this first picture, what do you think it's happening here? You can pause the video, try to do, and now we are going to correct. So the first image is challenging. It's something that you can do, but it's challenging, it's difficult, but it doesn't mean that it's not real. Okay, desafiador. This second image, what do you think? Ambitious. We have like a group of people doing something on their behalf, of their willing. So we have ambitious people on this image. What about this little boy here? What is he representing? Something easy. Nowadays, 1 plus 1 is easy for everyone older than 10 years old. So 1 plus 1 equals 3, right? Just kidding, I know it's 2. The next picture here, we have a man showing achievable. Something achievable means something you can achieve, algo que é alcançável, okay? Next image, we have realistic things. So it's representing something realistic. And the last one, unrealistic, because nowadays we don't have dinosaurs anymore living in our country. And I hope that's continue being true in 10 years from now. Now, for this activity, I would like you to pause the video too, so you can try to match the terms with the definitions. And now we're going to correct. So number 1, short-term goals means occurring over a short period of time. So you can set a short-term goal for next week. For example, to deliver a paper research, to take a test, to present something for a teacher or a professor. So this would be a short-term goals. Now, long-term goals, what this word here tells us. We have short, that means pouco tempo, and long-term, longo tempo, occurring over a longer period of time. So something that takes longer to occur. Number 3, ambitious. Ambitious is the increasing sales every month is an ambitious goal. So, for example, nowadays I have 10 students, and next month I want to have 20. So I will have to be more ambitious, and I will have to start challenging myself to do that. And that leads us to number 4, challenging. My professional goals for this year are challenging, so we can say that they are desafiadores. I hope in your life you do that too, because it's really nice to challenge yourself, because you can achieve over limits that you can't imagine. The number 5, easy. What is your answer? This month, we have an easy goal. We just need to keep our numbers high. So just to maintain something that you are already doing, that's an easy goal. You don't need to put a lot of effort on that. You just need to continue doing what you already do. The number 6, achievable, something that completing one report per week is an achievable goal. So something you can do, it's okay, it's algo alcançável, okay? The number, oops, we have 5 again. Number 7, realistic. My boss always sets realistic goals for our team. That's so good to hear. We have examples of bosses who tell people to do things that take a lot of time to do in a short period, and that stress many people. So here we don't have that case. Here we have, my boss always sets realistic goals for our team, and that's terrific. The number 8, what's supposed to be number 8, unrealistic. Our manager doesn't have a lot of experience with the job, so she sets completely unrealistic sales goals. So, for example, let's pretend that a small shop starts selling cheese and bread and ham, and like a bakery. And then the manager doesn't know a lot about the sellings and asks the people to sell over 1,000 packs of cheese a day. Well, that's very unrealistic for a small bakery. So achieving realistic goals is better in the beginning, for you to not feel like you are charging a lot yourself. Now, we are going to listen to an audio of 2 people talking. It's going to be like a professional talk, and we're going to have 3 questions to answer. Here we are just going to see these 2, and then we're going to have 1 more. So we are going to listen to the audio, and you need to pay attention to these aspects. You can pause the video to read and understand what he's asking. Now I'm going to play the audio, and then we are going to answer together.
Thank you for meeting with me. I'd like to discuss your short-term goals for the semester and your long-term goals at the company as well.
Great. I've been thinking a lot about my goals, and I have some ideas. This month, I would like to learn how to use a new tool for social media management. I will be much better after I master that. My long-term goal is to implement a new social media strategy. I'm going to work hard towards achieving this. I also intend to finish my market research project this semester. I've been working on it for 2 months now. My long-term goal is to use the research to help expand our company's client base.
The short-term objectives that you have set definitely sound achievable, and I'm impressed by your long-term goals you've set. You're ambitious, and I think that's great. Have you been thinking about your goals related to your position in the company? How do you see yourself in a year from now?
My short-term goal is to learn as much as I can and succeed in my current position. In the future, I'm hoping to be able to reach my goal of becoming lead business analyst.
Well, Michael, if you continue to work hard, I think both of those goals are realistic. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you accomplish your goals.
Perfect. Okay, now, Michael's manager, the girl, said the short-term objectives that he set definitely sound achievable. Those words respectively mean to define or create an impossible, to find an impossible, to define or create and possible, to think and unrealistic. To define or create and possible. So it's something that they can do. It's something possible. It's something that they can do. It's something doable, achievable. Now, when Michael says, I also intend to finish my market research project, I have been working on it for 2 months now. What does the expression mean? That he started the project 2 months ago and he is still working on it. He finished the project 2 months ago. He started the project 2 months ago and he already finished it. He will start the project in 2 months. The answer is that he started the project 2 months ago and he is still working on it. We have studied this structure of have been. I think it was on class 2 of this course. I will let the card here so you can watch the video if you didn't catch the information of this past tense. And now we have the last question. These are some of the expressions used in the dialogue. To achieve, to reach, to accomplish. What do they mean? To fail, to lose, to try, or to succeed. What is the impression that these words give to you? To succeed, because when we say to achieve, alcançar, to reach, também alcançar, é um sinônimo. E to achieve poderia até ser conquistar. To accomplish, completar, conseguir finalizar. So they all leads us to succeed. Now, here we have the transcript of the audio that we just heard. If you want to pause to try to pay a little attention on it, you can do it. And now we are going to a reading activity. So I am going to read Mary, and you can read Jane, and then we're going to have a little bit more. And then we're going to have our final task. So you can start reading May, and then I will read Jane, and after we're going to change papers. Well, I have set some goals. My short-term goal is to find an internship to gain experience and save up some money. Long term, my goal is to move to New York. With the experience I have gained, I'd be able to start working in an important company in the market field. What about you? What are your plans for the future? That's so exciting. I think both of our goals are realistic. We just need to work hard. Do you see yourself married 5 years from now? Well, I could wait for a couple years to get kids. They are a lot of responsibility. I plan on consolidating my career before kids. But I do see myself getting married soon. Very good. Now I will read May and you will read Jan. Let's do it so you can have all you can learn from here. We are getting so close to graduation. What are your plans for after we leave the college? I have it all planned. I will be moving to Chicago soon. I have been applying to multiple internships and they are all remote. So once I'm done with college, I can take to my superior about positions in Chicago branch. No way. I hope I'm too busy being successful. I see myself marrying and having kids 10 years from now. My career comes first. Haha. What about you, Jane? I understand. Let's see what happens in a few years. Now, I want you to think about some aspects that I'm going to ask you, okay? So, what are their plans? Are your plans similar to the girls' plans? And what will they be doing in 5 years from now? What will they be doing in 10 years from now? And where are they going to be? What are the cities that appeared here? Okay. Now we're going to our last activity about this moment for us to practice a little. So I will pause. You can pause the video and try to complete with yourself, and we are going to correct now together. So you just needed to complete the blank spaces with these words, and we are going to have another one on the next slide. So Marcus, hey, what have you been up to? Hey, well, I just started at a new job. I have to tell you about the interview, though. It was terrible. Really? What happened? So it started okay, but I just didn't know how to answer some questions. He asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I couldn't think fast enough. Oh, that's a question that you should be prepared to answer. You should have said, I will be very successful in 5 years. I'm going to be the manager in this company. Very ambitious, right? Continuing, I wish I had said that. What I said was something like, I'm a hard worker, so I will be achieving great things, hopefully, at this company. That wasn't bad at all. For how long have you been working with them? I have been working with them for 3 weeks now. I can see you working there too. It's a company focused on social media. Who knows? Maybe I could get myself an interview. I already know how to answer one of the questions. Haha. So that was it for today's, guys. Next week, we are going to check the grammar. We are going to review it, and then we're going to continue talking about the unit 3. And then we're going to finish it next class. I hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed on the channel yet, please do for more free content. And if you didn't like this, please do thumbs up. Thank you, and see you next week. Kisses. Bye bye.